This is the second classwork assignment that you have. And again, we're in OneNote. Underneath your name, you're going to look for classwork, and then you're going to go down to Unit 3, Previewing Holocaust Narratives. So this activity is taken from Springboard. It's activity 2.3. It's adapted slightly because in this activity, we should be having a class discussion. But we're at different locations right now, so we won't be able to have the class discussion like we would if we were in the classroom. So this is just a twist on that class discussion. So we will be reading a Holocaust narrative, a novel. On this page right here, you can go ahead and listen to the directions for this particular assignment by pressing play. The directions are as follows. Below, on this page, are quotations about the topic of light and darkness. Read, interpret, and explain the meaning and figurative language used in each quotation. You must respond with complete sentences. Each response must be at least 2 to 3 sentences. You may write more if you choose to. So if we have a look at this graphic organizer, you have 5 different quotes. In the column that says interpretation, you are going to type your response. Okay, and you can just go ahead and type on that. Then, once you've responded to all 5 quotes, you're going to select just one of your responses to share as part of the class silent discussion. So it's almost like the silent round robin that you did with the giver in your table groups. However, it's going to be a class discussion, so everybody is going to see at least one quote from every student. Okay, so you will do this by copying one, so just select one interpretation, and you're going to paste it under the collaboration space in the section Unit 3. So if you go ahead and find collaboration space, it's the same place that you would have found where you put your silent round robin giver responses. However, it's called, there's a new section in there, and it's called Unit 3, the challenge to make a difference. So you would click on there, and then it's the page, quotes, finding light in the darkness. So this is where we're gonna look at the silent class discussion. So select one of your quotes to share, or your interpretation of that quote. You will type your name under the selected quote. So if you wanted to do the J.K. Rowling quote, you would write your name here, and you can type directly in the table. You would write or paste your interpretation, and you've left it here on this collaboration space so everybody in the class has access to it. So everybody's going to see your response. In order for it to be a discussion, so you're going to post your idea, and then you're going to have 2 people are going to make comments on it, and you're going to make comments on 2 different people's posts as well. So step 3 says respond to 2 different people's responses. For your first comment, respond in the comment 1 section next to their interpretation. So say I was reading someone from the class and they responded to Eleanor Roosevelt's interpretation, and they had written their interpretation right here. If this spot is available, I'm going to go ahead and type my comment here. Before I type, I'm going to write my name, my caps lock button seems to stick a lot. And then I'm going to write my response. I'm going to make a comment similar to what we did with silent round robin. Then, because you have to do it to 2, the second comment, you're going to respond in comment number 2. You're going to respond to a different person. So maybe this time I'm looking and I really like what somebody wrote about the response to Martin Luther King. So maybe their response is written in here. Because it's my second comment, I'm going to go ahead and put my response in comment number 2. Again, I'm going to type my name, and then I'm going to give my feedback, give my comment. Included on the page is the Accountable Talk poster. So it's the same resource that you have if you're in the classroom. So different sentence stems, some ideas if you're not sure how to respond to someone, there are some different things that you could look at. I do briefly want to talk about guidelines for meaningful discussion. Even though we're not face-to-face having that discussion, we still want to follow these guidelines. So you want to say something meaningful. So instead of speaking, you're just typing. So make sure you're typing something meaningful. We talk about listen with intent. I really want you to take your time and read what somebody else wrote. So you're really paying attention to them by reading their comment rather than listening to them. We always want to be flexible with our thinking, right? We want to be open-minded, and we're going to address the point and not the person. So there are 2 different sections for this assignment. First of all, you're going to respond in classwork to all of the quotes, so all 5 of them, and then you're just going to pick one to share with the rest of the class. Provide feedback to 2 different students.